Adibhutam yadim proktam adidaivam kimuchyate.
Adhijagya kathan ko atra dehe asmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katham gyosi bhagimisi niyatatmanaha Sri Bhagavani Vacha Aksharam Brahma Paramam Bhuta Bhava Udbhava Karo Visarga Karma Sangitaha Adhi Bhutan Ksharo Bhava Purushascha Adhidaivatam Adhijagyo Katham Kuriva No, we should break it in proper place. You see, below the bold lines, you find the small letter. There, the break in the middle. See, check that. Adhijagya ahameva atra dehe deha vritambara. Did you get it? Where is the bold line? Sanskrit bold line on the page 454.
454. Adibhutam.
That's why, below that, bold lines, you see the small letters of Sanskrit, then transliteration.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So to make it happen rhythmic, you should read where they are splitting.
The little line.
This gap.
Yeah.
Where they are making gap. Stop there.
Okay.
Then it will be rhythmic.
Okay.
Adhibhutam sarvabhava purushascha adhidaivatam adhiyagyo ahamevatra dehe deha vritambara anta kale pataulu. Why are you not together? All each one doing in their own way. It's a musical, all together. Anta kale chamameva. Stop. Smaran mukta kale varam. Yah prayati shamad bhavam. Stop. Yati nasti atra samshaya yang bhavi smaran bhavam tyajatyante kalevaram tantami vaiti kaunteya sada tadbhava bhavita tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmarajutracha mayi arpita buddhi mameva yesyasi asangshaya abhyasa yoga yuktena cetasanananugamina paramam purusham divyam parthanuchintayam Kaving, it's a 460 page, go down. Kaving Puranam Anushashitaram Anoraniyangsham Anusmaredya So make it music.
I don't know that melody for the long ones.
Yeah,
No,
so
this
they
is
changed the
this is
cadence.
the long one. Is a little different.
Yeah.
So go to the page 461 top. You can find the Sanskrit.
Here,
Kaving
you should-
Puranam.
Yes.
Excuse me, Swami.
Kaving Puranam Anushashitaram
Anur
Aniyamsham Anusmarediyaha Sarvasya Dhataram Achintya Rupam
Aditya
Varnam Tamasha Parasvat Prayanakale Manasha Chalena Bhaktya Yukta Yoga Balena Chaiva Bhruvor Madhye Pranamavesya Samyak Satang Parang Purusham Upaiti Daivam. Okay, up to 10, this enough. If you want to read English, say, follow me jointly and quickly. English, there is no problem. Go. This is 8th chapter, verse number 1. Go. 451 page. What is that Brahman? Arjuna said, 451. Got it? Where he started the Sanskrit. Just read that.
Would you like us to read together?
Of course, what? What is my
Okay.
reading?
What is that Brahman?
Brahman.
What is Adhyatma? What is Karma? O best of men. What is said to be Adibhuta? And what is called Adidaiva? Who and how is Adi Jagna here in this body? O Madhusudana. And how at the time of death art thou to be known by the self-control? The blessed Lord said, the imperishable is Brahman, the Supreme. He dwells in the individual body is called Adhyatma. The offering which causes the origin of being is called Karma. Next term, please. Adibhuta pertains to the perishable nature and Purusha is the Adhidaivata. I alone am the Adhijagna here in this body, O best of the embodied beings.
And whoever
At the time of death, leaving the body, goes forth remembering me alone. He attains my being. There is no doubt about this. On the right. Whatever being a man thinks of at the last moment when he leaves his body, that alone does he attain. O Kuntiya, being over absorbed in the thought thereof. Therefore, at all times, think of me only and fight. With mind and understanding set on me, you will surely come to me. With a mind not wandering after anything else,
made steadfast
in the yoga of constant practice, he who meditates on the Supreme, resplendent Purusha reaches him, O Partha. Next, right bottom. The omniscient, the ancient, the ruler, minuter than an atom, the supporter of all, a form inconceivable, effulgent like the sun, and beyond all darkness. He who meditates on this resplendent Supreme Purusha at the time of death, with a steady mind, devotion, and strength of yoga, will, fixing the entire prana in the middle of the eyebrows, he reaches him. Bas. Now we can go to our
I'm gonna write on this. paper, what page?
Where
whatever.
we are.
Oh, you have brought the Gita also. You brought your Gita. So, Upama, how are you?
The same one.
No. So if you bring book, we have 7, 8, 10 books. Bring for everyone.
Bring for oh.
So that everyone...
The Swami cannot afford a heavy book because it's 5 short.
No, they can give you. No,
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 I mean, I can afford it
Not-
because it's very
not-
thin.
not necessary.
But I can hold this.
Yes.
Not the
No,
Gita.
don't take what is. Hey, you leave it one. Who will go? Ah.
I just didn't want you to get alarmed.
Yeah, take the others also. Take nearby you, another one. Turn left.
Okay.
Yeah, so turn right and left and see
Yeah, got 'em all.
at one time.
Well, Swami,
Otherwise, two people will have to go again. Yes.
as you're getting your face on your computer, if you could take a look over here, there's a picture I painted.
Oh, Baba. This is Shiva.
Yeah, she is meditating.
Ooh. But he's angry or what?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Shiva is sometimes. Shiva's anger is bad. If he's angry, then the whole world will be.
It has your face, kind of. Doesn't it have like his face?
It's a
Nah.
self-portrait.
Self-portrait. It's a
Self-portrait.
self-portrait.
Oh, you were right, you see.
He is Shiva himself.
Right?
Yeah, it is Shiva. He is Shiva.
I see.
Mm. Okay. Move in such a way you can see your face, Nandita. No, you can see there is nobody. Upama, you are there
And
already.
you? Oh, I was going to share. Here. Don't get up.
Oh, they can share two books.
Can I share?
Yeah. And they give that book, you give it in the backside then. Aha.
People share.
Okay.
Does anybody want to sit here?
No, that's okay. See, in such a way, I see everyone's face. That's all. Not a big problem. Now, again, this is the same chapter we are continuing, the glory of listening to the glory of the Lord. This Bhagavat, it is inspiring everyone to listen to the holy life and message and the beauty of the divine when incarnated as human being. Say Rama, say Krishna, early days, their childhood plays, page 162. So it as you listen, your mind moves into that level of thought, and as your mind moves in that thought, it forgets to think of the other worldly places. And as a result, what happens? Mind gets saturated in the thought of the divine, and as the mind gets saturated in the thought of divine, you become divine gradually. So glory of listening is this. See, meditation is difficult. You sit for meditation and mind will drive you whichever direction. Even you are aware for a moment, 1 moment or 2 moments. Third moment comes, you are swayed away. It's a struggle. You are trying to go somewhere, mind is driving you on. But when you listen, it is helping the mind to move in particular direction. And it is slowly taking you or associating you all the time with the divine thoughts and ideas. Either thoughts or the ideas. And the life. Thought, life, ideas. 3 things happen. That's why when all the Krishna Bhaktas, devotees of Lord Krishna, they read this, listen to the Pandits in India, when thousands and thousands of people, they sit together for hours and hours and listen to the Harikatha. Harikatha means, Katha means the message of Hari, the Lord, Krishna. Ram Katha, Rama's life. They are listening in the childhood days of Rama and his all the pure life he led and whatever he did. So thinking of that, it is, if you concentrate, if your mind is very focused, you can get the joy of being in God. But for ordinary mind being too much distracted, or it is so much of sanskaras, bad impressions are latent in the mind, they drive us in different direction. And then we are helpless. But this is like listening to that. Suppose whenever we read something, consciously our mind is not engaged in any other thing because mind is engaged in the sound. When the sound hits the eardrum, you can think of something else also. That freedom you have. But it is likely that what you are listening, your immediate sound vibration will create the meaning in your mind, and your mind will run in the same positive thinking. Even in that you may be absent-minded. Even it happens, there is a talk going on, you may be maybe pressing thought is there, so you don't hear. Your mind goes to that direction. That may be. But it is most likely that because it is you are hearing directly, so it is affecting your hearing instrument, and that is sending the vibration to the brain, to the mind, to the intellect, and to the ego, so that you are listening, absorbed into God consciousness.
What about, like, lots of times I'll fall asleep listening to a talk on YouTube, a Vedanta talk on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think it enters even when you're sleeping.
But
a little bit.
That because we are old and we are sometimes tired, and also we are tired. So many things are there. And also another thing, mind resists to hear too much high level thought. Our normal level is, see the children, you ask them to play, they can play whole day, but ask them to study, it becomes difficult. Why difficult? In the play there is a joy in it.
Yeah.
But when you ask them to study, it is unfamiliar and it is little struggle is there. So either mind tries to get for some time and resist or go to sleep. Our meditation is the same time. Most of us sleep. Why? Somebody says that I don't get good sleep. I only good sleep to do one thing. You go into bed, you start sitting and doing the japa. You see how quickly your japa beads will fall down and you will doze off. That happens.
Well, you know you went to sleep when your chin is on your chest and you're slobbering.
Yeah.
And then you wake up and you see,
We
I
snore.
did this, I'm drooling.
Yeah, we also snore in that meditation time. Yeah. In our meditation time, we snore. That means body is trying the rest. Two ways are there. I suggest two ways. Very simple thing is that, okay, get out. Go. Sleep for half an hour if your body feels like that. Give half an hour rest and really get a good sleep and come up and then do it. You will enjoy it. Or if you think that no, I'll do it, okay, go. Splash water on your face and then drink a glass of water and then come back and sit again. So it is to put some pressure on the mind so that I'll have to do it. I cannot get out. As I do not get out of my office job. I cannot do it. But tomorrow is the, it is the last, what do you call it? Deadline. Tomorrow is the deadline and tomorrow morning by 8 o'clock deadline. I cannot do. Okay, you have to do. Take coffee, do whatever you like. So there's nothing. It's a human, natural. It's the body's affair. Body has the capacity, or mind has the capacity, and mind is familiar thing mind likes. You ask someone is dozing off in meditation, and if say the issue he likes most, maybe say soccer game, or you talk about politics, or you which is very favorite, then
They wake up.
wake up very quickly. That means mind is not familiar with. That's why this helps. When you are listening to that, your mind forcibly going into that thought unconsciously. So that is the glory. So we have read so many. Now we are reading today on page 162. Sanskrit, shall we try? I think it is difficult. Better? Huh?
Well, we can try.
Try. Oh my God. I also will have to then fight. Because Sanskrit.
Yeah, this one looks pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tasmin mahan mukharita. That's it. Tasmin mahat mukharita madhubhi charitra pijusha ashesha charita परितस्रवन्ति ताये पिबन्ति अवितृप्तो निशा अवितृषो नृपो गाढकर्णै स्नान स्पर्शन स्तान न स्पृशन अति अशन त्रिग भय शोक मोहा एतैर उपद्रुतः नित्यं जीवलोकाः स्वभावजयी न करोति हरेर्नूनं कथामृतो निधौ रतिम्. So anyhow, let us read the Sanskrit. Narada answers how Shravana can equal to moksha or liberation. Shravana, if you can do with the absorption and devotion, then listening itself is like liberation. Why? Liberation from your ignorance. When you are listening to the glories of God and thinking of the purity of that, then your mind is getting clear from ignorance. So that is like moksha. What is that? Flowing around holy men is the purest stream of ambrosia constituted of the recitals of the divine excellences coming out of their mouths. We want to go to holy people because of that what they talk, what comes out of their mind, it is like nectar. It is like ambrosia. So to be in holy place means to listen to holy talks. Suppose you go read the gospel. We are not fortunate that we didn't born in the time of Ramakrishna. And even we are born in Ramakrishna, we may not have understood him. Going to Dakshineshwar, we could have criticized him. The old guy sitting here, mad cop, day and night talking of God, 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 God. Huh? Maybe. But now, when you read gospel, what happens?
Charms your mind.
Yeah, you are mentally going to Ramakrishna as if in his presence, and you can listen what he is speaking. That's why when reading of gospel, reading of these verses, we are reading these verses. So when you read these verses, you understand its meaning. You see, your mind is not in the material plane. Your mind with Krishna, your mind with Ramakrishna. When you read of Holy Mother's life and her day-to-day living, you live in Los Angeles or you live in the holy Jairam Bati ground, where she was born, or in the Belur, or in the Calcutta where she lived and people come. So that is the way. So it says, flowing around holy men is the purest stream of ambrosia constituted of the recitals of because they recite the divine excellences of God. They talk about God, they think about God, and their vibration is also pure. So That's why holy company is so important, and listening. And holy company is good, but to listen to them when they talk about God. Go to a sadhu, just not for being with the sadhu. eh? Going and chit chatting and talking about stock market, that may be one way of sadhu sangha. But sadhu sangha is that go and extract the spiritual ambrosia, what is there inside, or listen to that. It will be double benefit. If there is anything in this man, you think that he is a holy man, then you will get the double benefit, because your question is arousing some other thought, and which your ears are listening, your mind is turning towards that. So that's why the coming, those who drink deep of this ambrosial stream, what is talking, that is he describing as the ambrosial stream, the vibration, what is coming out of the mouth, with their ears again and again. They are not tired saying, oh, I have learned, finish. In Gita, see how many times Sri Krishna is saying, you have told this before, but sir, please tell me again. I want to make it clear. I want to make it understand undoubtedly that I can practice, I can understood, but I want to reaffirm that understanding. So some people who may think that I have understood everything and don't pay any attention to this, he is a loser. He is a loser, because even if you know, spiritual life is such that you should get stimulated day and night in that. So it brings stimulation when you hear again. So as usual, suppose you went to a holy place, you got once inspiration, you want to go there again to get the inspiration more. So similarly, it is said, those who drink really can drink. Not sometimes patient does not take the medicine. Even if you give, they throw away. It is not like that. You are drinking means you are thirsty. You felt thirsty for this spiritual message. And when you get, you drink it. That means you absorb it in yourself without satiety, without any satisfaction. That means you are still eager to get more and more. Unsatiated. If you thought heart pangs for that, are unaffected by hunger, thirst, fear, sorrows, and grief. Why? You'll be unaffected. Even there is hunger in the body, your hunger, you'll forget your hunger. You have your pain in your body, you'll forget your pain. If you are ready, your heart actually hankering for the spiritual things, and there is a holy man who can send that message, and if you can absorb that, that means your mind is totally deep into it. Naturally, your pain, your agonies, hunger, thirst, fear, sorrows, and grief, you will forget them. And here, this Bhagavat, Bhagavat was created when? What is the background of Bhagavat?
Kurukshetra.
No,
No, not.
Bhagavat was that the
Yeah.
King Parikshit.
Oh, yes, he was.
King Parikshit was cursed, and he was cursed that within 7 days he will be bitten by a poisonous snake, and then he will die. So he gave up all kingdom and all fears or all anxieties of, but death is an anxiety, death is a fear. But what he did, he came to the forest, and there came this Shukadeva, who spoke the question. The king is putting the question, the 14 volumes of Bhagavat. It's all conversation between Shukadev and the King Parikshit. Parikshit,
Sukadeva was Vyasa's son,
Shukadev, that's his son.
and Vyasa wrote, he wrote the Bhagavata
Ah,
as he listened.
Yes.
and he said that first it came from Vyasa, and then it came to Shukadev. But the story goes that exactly this story says Shukadev came into that picture when King Parikshit was dying. And then Shukadev is a Brahmagyani par excellence. So as soon as he saw Shukadev, so he was overwhelmed and he requested, please, please, I will die within 7 days. Please help me to keep my mind in the lofty thought for 7 days. And that's why 7 days talk is the Bhagavat. Entire Bhagavat. Like the Kurukshetra fight, 18 chapters is the Arjuna received from Krishna by questioning and his grace, he said. That is Bhagavad Gita. So also it is a part of Mahabharata though. Anyhow.
So it's all, the Bhagavad is all like bhakti. It's a bhakti.
Not bhakti. It is bhakti. They have emphasized Bhagavat as bhakti. Hare Krishna people think Bhagavat is bhakti only. But in the Bhagavat you go to the 11th chapter. When Uddhava, he is teaching Uddhava. Then you find Uddhava's story when he's talking highest Vedanta. Like Ramakrishna. You can say Ramakrishna is bhakti. Yes. He speaks mostly bhakti because that is for the masses. But when Narayan is going, scholar Shashadhar Pandit, the scholar Shashadhar is coming, some yogi is coming. So big people, he is talking for their benefit. So gospel, if you say it is a bhakti, yes, it is bhakti, but it is jnana also. It is also talking about meditation. It is also talking about selfless work, so karma. So, but major thrust is bhakti. So this is the point. How your listening can help you. Then he said, the people are when frightened, fear, sorrow and grief. You can forget that. Anyone who is very much tormented for suffering, you will see that if there is a spiritual atmosphere, the mind is ready that time. Say some deep grief they are going through. And that time it comes to a temple where there is some singing and beautiful discourse or something is going on. He enters into it and his mind is so disgusted with the world, impermanence of the world, momentariness of the world, he has understood. Somebody died or some pain, bereavement going on. Entering into that atmosphere, if they can absorb, they forget the whole suffering. So this is the benefit. It is due to the this disturbance of these natural urges. What are the natural urges? Hunger, thirst, fear, sorrow, and grief. Got it? The five points they are given. By the fifth line on page 162 at the bottom. By hunger, thirst, fear, sorrow, and grief. So it is due to the disturbance, these natural urges, that man generally fail to evince any delight in the excellence of Srihari. Because when we are overwhelmed, we have no energy to move towards God, to think about God. So, but if one makes an effort in that situation, gradually the mind will be turned in such a way, he can forget sorrow. He can forget grief. How many people I know, I have seen so many people. Somebody lost his son. He was totally in love and crying and weeping all the time. He used to come to a sadhu and then gradually, day by day, fall in love with that sadhu, and whenever he comes, talks about life, life's meaning and purpose and all these things, scriptures and this and that. He totally became a different person. As they say, great story of M. the writer of the gospel, he was going to commit suicide. No, see, this M was going to commit suicide. Why? In the family affairs. He loves his wife and he loves his parents also. But in the family life, there goes some conflict with the wife and the mother-in-law and family members. It becomes such a difficult, and he was in between. She cannot serve the wife, neither the mother. They cannot satisfy both sides. He was in a very difficult mental pressure. So he thought that let me commit suicide. And that's why, but he was very soft and kind-hearted person. So one day he said that I'm going to my sister's house. But in that vein he thought, I will get out and go and come in the Ganga, I will commit suicide. That was his plan. But the wife said, where are you going? At the point I'm leaving, the wife said, where are you going? I am going to my sister. I will also go with you. I will not let you go alone. He could not avoid. And then he thought, okay, I'll put her in the home and make an opportunity to get out, and then I'll go to Ganga. But what happened? See God's play. Then he had hired a car. Those days car is horse-driven carriage. So it started from their house. It has moved hardly, maybe to 1 or 2 miles, which is the Sambajar crossing, Calcutta Sambajar crossing. You know, his house was not that far from there, M's house. Anyhow, when he came, the wheel broke. Wheel of the car broke. And because they started late, it was night. Now he thought where to go. It is not like today that you have plenty of cars, you can arrange. They have to organize much earlier. And night time with wife, where she will go. So he went. He thought that I have a friend where in this that crossing of Sambajar, that place, there are 5 roads meet together in Sambajar. And then he thought that I will go to my friend and see if we can get a shelter tonight. But his friend said no. He denied. So he got very much wounded at heart. Then he asked for any help, but he could not get. And then, anyhow, with their help or his help, he found another cart. And then, anyhow, reached at Dakshineshwar, close to Dakshineshwar, where his sister's home. And reached there late night, and he could not do anything. He was trying to find an opportunity to go out, but all this situation make it more difficult. And then the next morning, the nephew, seeing his restless mood, he said, there is a holy man in Dakshineshwar. A little walking will be needed. Will you go? He said, he consented. So the boy was Sidhu. Sidhu was the name of the boy, nephew. So he took him. He took him to Ramakrishna. And then at the very expression, you find that first open the page, Dakshineshwar, how M is arriving there, burning inside and totally disgusted in life, wanted to commit suicide. And he entered into room, saw Ramakrishna, and he said that it is like Shukadeva speaking before Parikshit. He is thinking that he is to die. And Ramakrishna is like Shukadeva giving the eternal message, nectar-like message. Beautiful description there. First meeting. And that changed the life of Ramakrishna. Who was going to commit suicide, came back to the eternal life by holy people. So that type of holy people, or wherever one goes, and look at Ramakrishna, they're talking day and night, they untiring. That means there is no end. that I talked yesterday and today the same. No. And also he finds pleasure in speaking about God. And those who are coming, they want to hear about God. So these two things should match together. Otherwise they will be disturbed, they don't like it. And the others, and who is speaking, he also feels bored. But when the subject is so loving and endearing and uplifting, so that has an impact in the life. When the speaker speaks with enthusiasm, that enthusiasm gets transferred. Okay, so who will read? Can you read the note? Who will read? Can you read the note on 163 page on the right side? Yeah.
Note, it is maintained that the bliss of devotion, Bhajana
Ananda. Bhajan Ananda. You can say that. Bhajan Ananda.
Is equal, if not superior, to the bliss of moksha. As physical and mental infirmities of man, like hunger, fear, etc., are drowned in that joy, and man thus gets above the limitations of body and mind. In our age, the lives of Sri Ramakrishna and his disciples bear witness to this. It is well known how Sri Ramakrishna became oblivious of the torturing pain of cancer when his mind was stimulated by the joy and fervor of devotional singing. In the lives of his disciples also, we see how they spent days in devotional singing or in meditation, taking only a little or even no food on many days.
Yeah, they forget. Even, you go to Baranagar days, early days of this Balloon Mart, Ramakrishna passed away. How they lived? They forgot. There is a description in the Gospel you will find in the appendix that these boys are forgetful about the world. What is going on? Forgetful about they are steeped in meditation. They forget their hunger, thirst. So when you get joy, it happens for our day-to-day life. When you get engrossed in your office, very deeply into work, you forget your lunch. You forget your cup of coffee is getting cold. You get engrossed into it. That is the nature of the mind. And for spiritual life, these are the examples. Then, who will read?
Okay. But it may be objected that ordinarily when we read of God from books and hear recitals of songs about his excellencies, nothing.
Yeah, we always say, we went to this, we heard, nothing happened, we come back the same guy. No, it helps us. What is the next line?
Yeah, nothing happens to us.
Yeah.
Explanation is there is overcoming of hunger, fear, etc. happens only when hearing is done from and in company of men of very high devotional attainment.
So you have to go to a person who is speaking from the heart. And if you are in presence of them, then you can feel the difference. One point. But Ramakrishna was full of heart. But still people went there and did not tolerate that way environment. They ran away from Ramakrishna. No? That's also. Teachers should be unique. Students should be unique. Teacher should be speaking what he speaks. He understands. He speaks from the heart, not from the brain, mind. And student should not be a casual visitor. Students should be really hankering for the truth. Okay, let us see what he says next.
Only through their words do the ambrosial waters of devotion residing in their hearts flow out in a stream and fill the heart of the hearers. In other words, real Shravana hearing consists not in one's own reading something, scriptures, or one's hearing the talks of some ordinary exponents of devotional thought, but in listening to words as they come out from the mouths of holy ones who have true loving devotion to God. Such hearing can produce a bliss equal to that of moksha itself.
So listen to those. That's why it is said, You have to listen from people who carry that thought in their heart with love. Though they get joy in talking about that because that is their subject. So go to a holy man who lives that life. And then when he speaks and you are eager, then that hearing will make you free from bondage of life. This other problems of life will be there, but their intensity will reduce.
Such hearing can produce a bliss of the ability to realize moksha itself. It should, however, be noted there should be spiritual hunger in the hearer.
Yeah, that's also another point of the student. He's talking of the teacher or the person, the sadhu, or a sadhu means a holy man, not gerua. Don't think it is only wearing a gerua cloth makes difference. Yes, it makes a difference, but the main thing, carrying God in his heart. That type of person who is absorbed in God, if he speaks, his heartfelt words has a penetrating force. It will help the seeker. But such hearing can be only produce a bliss equal to that of moksha. It should, however, be noted that there should be a spiritual hunger in the hearer. If it is a question of I am not interested in it, and if you give me some advice, what happens? I am giving advice to a person who needs to go to hospital or doctor again and again and again. And here I am telling, but that is not making any effect. Why? He is not hearing. He is not capable. He is not interested in it. He is not ready. That's why it makes no meaning. You tell any one of your friend anything which he is not interested. Can you do anything by saying only? You may say, it is your choice. I shall do whatever I like. But matching will be there. When you are saying and one is interested in it, then comes the real effect.
Otherwise, nothing will happen by hearing even a saintly person. Hence, a devotee of the highest order does not care for moksha. This is a doctrine maintained in the Bhagavata in several places. It is also implied that devotion can be cultivated effectively only in the company of other devotees and not merely by one's efforts, however valuable these may be themselves. Development of devotion is like one fire lighting another. So satsanga, contact with the holy ones, is considered the first requisite for cultivating devotional life. Of course, it is taken for granted that a wick of firewood is not too wet. If so, it will not be lighted quickly. There are many verses devoted to this subject in the earlier section.
That's one of the best passages I've seen that clearly states that spirituality is spread by contagion.
Yeah.
And holy company.
Yeah, that's true. But also, he has given you readiness. One side readiness, another side there is a person who can give. The bees hum around what? When there is a bloom flower, where they can get some honey. There should be honey, otherwise bees will not come. Bees are seeking for honey, but the flower has no honey. So that they will roam around and run away. But there is flower. If the bees are not around, the flower is flower. It remains like that. No one comes. Go to the early days of Ramana Maharshi. Go to the early days of Sri Ramakrishna, who used to come to Calcutta. That's why Ramakrishna used to cry. Ma, even today is gone. Holy Mother used to say. Ramakrishna said that you will have to take care of so many. Sometimes Mother used to say, oh Thakur, you said that someone will come. This day is also gone. No one has come. So Mother is crying that some devotee should come and she will initiate, she will bless. No, but no one is coming. So it is a question when there are sincere students coming and sincere giver, there is a couple, and that is the fulfilling thing. And that can overcome the very few points which has been said in the last page below, that unaffected by hunger, thirst, fear, sorrow and grief. These are the main problem of life on page 62 bottom. They will be unaffected. Whether they are hungry, hunger is there, you forget hunger. The thirst, fear, sorrow. These are the major problems of all life. Sorrow, grief, and they get into joy of life. The other book reads the same verse in this way. It says, in the company of the saints flows the stream of nectar of the praise of Madhusudana, Krishna. They who drink that nectar are not affected by hunger, thirst, fear, grief, and destruction. Men being constantly disturbed by their passions and wants have no inclination to taste the nectar of the praise of Lord Hari. What is the time? Another few minutes, so we can try another verse, small one. 164, verse number 26. The above mentioned truth is illustrated from the example of Parikshit. I have already told about that Parikshit, the king Parikshit has the life at his own hand. We talked about the aim, the writer of the gospel. So they are giving that example here. Naisha auti dussaha. Naisha. Let us split the sentence and go slowly. Naisha oti dussaha. Shudha. Shunmang. Shunmang means shut plus mang.
Oh,
Shut means kudha, the hunger. Takto udamopi. Takto udamopi badhate. Pibantam tan mukham bhoja chutam. Mukham bhoja achyutam. Harikathamritam. Harikathamritam. Harikatha, the Katham is the message of the Hari, the Lord. That is, I forgot, which is Oti Dussa, which is very difficult to cross over. The suffering, the pain of hunger, but I forgot everything. I am listening from you and I am absorbed. And days after days, 7 days, he was listening. He forgot his own drinks, own eating. Mind is so absorbed because it is coming from Shukadeva. He also forgot. Shukadeva also constantly giving a sermon. So, though I have given up the drinking of water, he has given up his drinking of water means before death, that was a tradition in India. If you have to die before, they give up all type of intake. Some take, that is a natural way of dying. Here, doctors want to keep you whether you are dead. Still they want to keep you. So that they get good money. Actually, few days of last life of every man dying, our health system, the huge amount of chunk of bill they can do with machine charge and this charge and doctor coming, touching one time, going, how much they get, standing before the doctor, patient for 10-15 minutes only, or giving an attendance, they can charge certain amount. They appeared there. So it's a racket. But in ancient time, when both body will go, We know body will go.
So you stop.
So you stop taking anything. That is a style.
That's smart.
Here we say, don't keep me on life support.
Yeah.
Those days there is not much that style. At least you can drink water, you can survive to eat something like that. That is a desire. No. Death, okay, let it come. Let me listen to God and engage in that. And the body drop off automatically. So, though I have given up the drinking of water, this unbearable hunger, because if you give up drinking water, you can understand one day you feel Shivaratri. How many people do Shivaratri?
So you do the virgins do that.
So you can understand when morning is okay, you have not drank any water, okay, it is good. But I drink profuse water. Some people drink juice, fruit juice. Some people take fruits. So if some intake, okay, that's okay. But to stop total off from drinking, it's a very difficult. But many people on Shiva night or special days, even they don't take a drop of water.
Yom Kippur also.
Huh?
Yom Kippur, they usually say they don't take
They
any.
don't take. Even Muslims on the days of fasting, during daytime, they don't take anything. Even they don't swallow their saliva. There's,
Really?
So that may give you some no. That is the rule. So one day is okay. But but after fast, all the Muslims go eat whole night. And then you fast again. But suppose one day you did like that, and night you did like that, next morning you do like that, then you can understand the unbearable condition. That Parikshit says, I am forgetting that unbearable exhaustion of not drinking in even a water, a drop of water. So that's why, though I have given up, it is my wish, I have decided, I will not drink anything, I will die. Till the 7 days automatically it drops.
I made a mistake when I said that I did Shivaratri. What I meant was I came to the Shivaratri ceremony. I didn't know we weren't supposed to drink all day.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. People do fasting different. It is a fasting day.
I don't, but I come Shivaratri.
Yeah. The Shivaratri is Shivaratri, but the question is that though really observe Shivaratri, they fast according to their ability. Some fruits, some juice, some water, some without water. And that is not during daytime, whole night. Night is more. Shiva Ratri. Ratri means night. Shiva's night. This unbearable hunger does not overpower me, as I am imbibing the ambrosia of divine excellences flowing out of your mouth. O Parikshit, O Sukadev, Parikshit is saying, the ambrosia which is coming out, the message of the Lord is coming out. Listening to that, I am getting totally absorbed into it. And because of that absorption, which is very difficult to continue fasting day and night and feel the pain of that suffering, I forgot totally. So that is the purpose of Indian way of dying. Not just I have given up food, but are you keeping your mind deeply engrossed in God? Then it is meaningful. Otherwise, you will be suffering. Suffering, if you like, many people want to torture themselves, no? In the name of religion. In India, that there, and I think on other religions also, they torture themselves. They will not sleep, they will not eat, they will sit on the spike, as if spirituality. What spirituality? Are you doing that because you are absorbing God only? Then it is meaningful. If there is no God in it, then what is the meaning of doing that? You can get a clapping, ha ha ha, see how austere is that man. What does it mean? How many people will clap hands for that? And what good it will bring in your life? So this is the point. Fasting is has no meaning if it is not absorbing the mind in God. Actually, upavasa is a Sanskrit word. Fasting has a Sanskrit meaning. Upavasa, I have told many times. Upavasa means, Sanskrit word, what fasting means? Vasa means stay, living. In upa means very close proximity with God. You, that day you are fasting, you are so close to God that you don't want to spend the time even for your cooking or eating. But our upavasa is what? I am fasting. And whole day talking all mundane talks, all politics, all these things. I am fasting. It's a glorification, beating your drum and torturing the body. That will not bring anything.
I'm getting angry.
No, that will show acidity, this, that will be the natural respect, the natural effect it comes like that. And also ego comes. I am a fasting. I can fast rather than anyone. They eat. See? There one person comes sometimes he says, oh, no, I can't take onion. Why? Oh, you don't know what is today? Today is Ekadashi day. As if Ekadashi day, not eating the what do you call the onion, great spiritual thing. Oh, what nonsense is that? Are you absorbed in God? For God, if you do anything, that is meaningful. And God means not superficially thinking. Are you absorbed in that? You don't care for onion in your food today to make it spicy or useful to eat? So question is that who thinks on that real perspective of upavasa? Are you going close? Are you sitting close? Or you are working? One part of your mind is absorbed in God, and you are so absorbed that you forget your eating, forget your. So this is the implication here. Yes.
Well, I know one person who would eat ghee sakta, which is so tasty every Tuesday, and then look down on people. Oh, you guys cannot do without spice. Look at me. Oh, you are eating ghee sakta. That's also tasty.
What is that?
Butter and sugar.
Oh, butter and sugar?
So the same verse here, this hunger which is hard to bear and this thirst does not oppress me much because I am drinking the nectar of the praise of the Lord Hari which is dropping from your lips. Oh, when you are hearing your message, that is fulfilling my heart and soul so much. That means his mind is not in the body. Right? Where is your mind? There you will live. No. In the while operation, people doing operation, they keep them fasting that day, this, that. It's a torture because for medical purpose you have to do. But if you do with love, by loving God, you forget your eating. It matters whether you have eaten or not. It matters still. Okay. Okay, so you
So
can.
Yom Kippur, what the Jewish people do that, those who are really observant, they fast from sundown to sundown,
Sundown to sundown.
and they don't drink anything, and they are supposed to be praying all day long.
All that.
For forgiveness.
Yeah.
They are asking God to forgive them. Everything.
Atonement.
Day of Atonement.
Day of Atonement.
Yeah, that's what's called.
So they fast how many days?
One day from sunset to sunset.
Sunset
24 hours.
24 hours.
to sunset to
Yes.
24 hours.
Yes.
What they do? 24 hours?
You're supposed to go to temple
And pray.
Pray 24 hours
Just about, yeah.
all together.
But not everybody does.
No,
Yeah.
Even they may fast and they don't go to the temple. Or they may go only for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be there all day long.
All day long.
All evening.
And they pray and
Pray
no,
for
not
forgiveness.
eating anything. Even not
Nothing,
drinking.
nothing at
Not
all.
drinking.
Nothing.
Not water or anything.
Those
we,
who really keep it. Very orthodox.
in our India they call nirjala, no jala,
No one.
no water.
Uh-huh.
Nirjala upobas, but they don't give up the word upobas, gan. Nirjala, I am doing nirjala. I am doing without water. But are you upobas or are you sitting with God?
Yeah.
God. And that is a rigorous test for one day. But unless everyone does every day, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours a day, how it will come in one day?
That's
Suddenly
Yeah,
24
that's
hours.
true.
And every religion teaches us how
Yes.
to be spiritual.
Right.
But who follows those instructions? We follow our own whims, our arrogance. I am fasting. I am fasting. In India, there is a prize. I am fasting. Today is what? Oh, today is Mangala, Mangala Ma, or what Ma? Santoshi Ma. Tomorrow is what? Oh, today is Shiva day. Oh, there, and every day you fast and you make your stomach acid secretion by all the toxic things come and you vomit, you do exercise and more die in that suffering. That's a good grace. I have fasted. What? Did you realize God? Yes, let all things happen. Have you realized God? Are you growing in devotion, love for God? And your life is changing deeply because of that. It is nothing will happen unless one sits close to God. That means keep God all the time in the awareness. And this is the book. It reminds us, we are reading. It is emphasizing on that. So there we can find that is the part of goal of life. Okay.
Makes sense.
Oh my God, I find 5 viewers today.
Five what?
5 people are watching me.
Oh.
See, I am now I have become a celebrity. 5 people in the whole world of 7 billion people. Acha, those who are, thanks everybody.
Plus us.
I don't want it. But
That's
Yeah, also
But-
listening to your Swamiji.
But they are hearing all that.
yeah, that's what I said.
Shravana.
So,